Geronimo, poem by Michael Botur. The murder victim was close to God, 6'5", tall and thin, and called the Sheik by the young men he took in. Even when he was on the run, he'd risk a drone hit to phone his mum. Geronimo avenged Iraqi kids killed by the UN sanction for offering his government that he would oust Americans. Geronimo got home detention, passport surrendered, prohibited from his millions. He disdained Gaddafi and Hussein as much as anyone in London or Washington. He kneeled on cushions. It was not permissible to break a pledge of allegiance, even that of infidels. This he taught his minions. Geronimo would answer questions with a prayer, followed by a murmur of soft, Sunni lips. Geronimo had diabetes and low blood pressure. He would save Arabia from its Stone Age state of Jahiliyyah. He had bad kidneys, but was gentleman enough to share cheese and beef feasts, and he assuaged the fear of famous Pakistani journalist Hamid Mir. 12 kids in his care, a granddad with pride. Before he dyed his thinning hair. Geronimo recruited lonely college kids in cold countries. He asked after widows. His soliloquies, his poems at weddings were subtle and gentle as a Hindu Kush breeze, and they spoke of Indian tigers and genies. In Central Asia, he stood in front of Russian tanks 4 times a day, gave God thanks. Immigrants from Malaysia to Tangier sweated at his side on the same construction sites. Geronimo built holy roads from Mecca to Medina. In 2010, a cool guy from Chicago's South Side, desperate for street cred, elected on a platform of compassion, once the George Bush antithesis, who, now president, was desperate to impress, desperate to forget he'd been bummed out by a Black Panther electoral rival candidate because he'd done Harvard instead of prison, made to feel less of a man by John McCain for never having lobbed grenades in Southeast Asia. Or in between meetings, this guy pulled 2 aides aside, ordered the hit, took him half a minute, had to show he was homegrown, had to whack a guy in front of 4 wives, a man called Gramps, but 50 little kids.